in this particular video. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl Moni. I'm back again with another video. In this particular video, I'm just going to be talking about some things. So, I was going to leave the situation alone after I made a status, I guess, a day or two about someone I cut ties with and that I'm not friends with anymore at this point. Because I just realized how toxic they were. And we've been stopped talking, but for some reason, this specific person, meaning, and I'm gonna put names all in this, and I don't care who feels some type of way about it, because I've just about had enough of this person just sitting up here trying to act like she's so innocent when she's tired and delayed, and always is starting stuff with folks, and always acting like she's such an angel. When, girl, you got so many skeletons in your closet. The skeletons that are in my closet and that stay in there and that's minding their business, they can't even be moved to touch as many skeletons you got in your closet, sweetheart. Girl, you need to be focused on you and what you got going on in your life. Don't be worried about other people and what they got to say, because folks gonna say what they want to say at the end of the day. And if folks gonna be whatever and they gonna say whatever, they gonna do whatever, because that's them being those type of folks. You can't control or tell nobody what they can and can't do. Who are you? Girl, you are not nobody. You are not even a mother yet at this point. You like to go around trying to boss people around like they gonna listen to you when you so tired and delayed. Girl, bye. But anyway, first of all, I'm gonna give y'all a little update. First of all, I'm gonna just say this. I want to say to everybody that I love y'all and I thank y'all for the support over the years and following me, and it's been a long time since I made a video, and I wasn't even going to address this whole thing, but you know what, I just felt compelled to get this off, because every time I make a video, when I'm talking to you guys, you know what I'm saying, it's like a stress reliever, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna really get this out here, because this is what I don't like. After the fact of me not even being friends with her anymore, because I was over her, I was over the situation, because it's like the reason me and her stopped being friends in the first place is because she felt some type of way. Because she sent me this video of her hitting herself upside the head. And during this time, this was because her and one of my best friends named George. Hey George, how you doing, boo? Hello. It was because George didn't want to be with her anymore at this point, because he was over her lying and putting ideas in his head and her making up excuses for why she cheated on him in the first place with someone he saw as a brother. But she was playing both Erwin and George and using them both against each other. But that only worked for so long, because they both realized how horrible and terrible of a person she is. But she wanted to get mad at me because I was speaking facts. Okay, girl. But anyway, so that whole thing happens. She sends me a video because she's feeling some type of way. She's saying all this horrible stuff to me before she even came back to Facebook. Because y'all know Kate, what she like to do. She like to deactivate for like 7 minutes, come back, deactivate for 7 more minutes, come back, whatever that's what she like to do. Because that's just her. Because that's just the attention seeker she is. Well, her tired self. But anyway, so the situation was that, you know, she was all feeling some type of way about George because he was over her lies. Because she kept lying to that man. Like, when you keep lying on somebody, eventually they're not going to believe you or believe you're credible with anything that you're saying or formulating out of your mouth or even out of your fingers. It's Facebook anyway, and it's not like you're going to know how somebody really is like feeling some type of way about something, because, you know, it's not a voice-to-voice type of situation, because this was stuff I actually saw proof about and stuff like that. So this is not me gossiping. This is just me speaking facts, because I'm gonna speak facts. That's what I do. I provide facts and opinions. This is one of those moments where I provide facts. So what happened with him in the first place, and why he left her, and why he broke up with her in the first place, or why she broke up with him, is because she got feelings for somebody who was a brother behind his back. And she was constantly being an attention seeker and constantly blaming him for things and constantly forcing him. And I'm going to ask you guys this question. What type of girlfriend would literally tell their boyfriend to cut themselves because of the pain they felt? Because she felt so some type of way about him not opening up to things, but he would open up to me. See, the reason he would open up to me is because, number one, we were best friends. Number two, I never forced him to do nothing. I never pressured him to do nothing or to feel nothing. I never sat up here and made him cut any one of his friends off, even if people had a problem with me, because I'm not that low-minded and weak-minded to make everything about me like you. All you do is make everything about you and victimize and pull people by the strings like they're wearing G-strings, sweetheart, okay? That's what you do. You play with people, use them, and then bash them when they don't want to deal with your foolishness anymore. And that's the point I've gotten with you. I was going to constantly be controlled by you. You are going to constantly make me miserable. That's just what you are not going to do. It took a long time for me to see what my friends were talking about and to see what my brother was talking about. And he said the truth about you. The truth of the matter is, because if right now, if I was still friends with you, all those lies and stuff you told about me, and you wouldn't even posted that, man. If I would have forgave you and took you back as being one of my best friends, man, all that stuff you talking about now, that stuff would be for the birds, man. Let's just be honest here. But anyway, she got mad at me. This is her issue with me. She got mad at me. This was something that happened weeks ago, mind you. She got mad at me because she sent me a video literally of her hitting herself upside the head, punching herself. It was a dumb video, mind you, and it pissed me off. I took the video seriously. So I sent that video to 2 of my friends. Even though my friends had an issue with her, I still was curious about their opinions on the situation. And I wanted them to tell me if I was handling the situation right. Because during this time, I was pissed. And I was like, I don't want to say anything that's going to make the situation worse or make her feel that she has to do anything else harmful to herself. And then she was getting pressed with me because I felt like this. I felt like she's not really depressed. Like I felt that way for years because of how she is. She does things to get other people's attention, to make everything about her. Like your girlfriend or somebody could die and she will make it all about her. And say, but I feel this, that, and the way. This, that, and the third. It's like, girl, it's not about you. It's about somebody losing their dead girlfriend. Like, girl, go somewhere with that foolishness. But anyway, that's how she does. That's what she does. So with that being said, when I did send the video to my friends, I wasn't being shady. I was actually concerned. And I did that out of concern for her. Because I was taking what she was saying seriously during this time. Because before, I hadn't took it seriously because of how she is. I mean, she's an attention seeker. That's what they want. They want that out of you. But during that moment, I took it seriously this time. And I was like, you know what? Well, I'm going to send this video to my friends. I'm going to ask... Excuse me, because I'm sick, guys. So, anyways... During that time, I sent the video to my friends. And I was like, I'm going to ask them how they feel about it and how I should address the situation. But the majority of my friends, they were like, you know, well, I think she's being an attention seeker. And I don't feel like the video is funny or whatever. But one friend in particular, Zane, he mocked her. And he literally, it was to the point where he literally went on Facebook, throw a shade at her. And he tagged me in it. So her and George, I guess, ended up talking about it or whatever the case may be. And they were just talking or whatever. And she sent me the screenshots of their conversation. And then I guess he was like, oh, well, you should talk to her about not sending them the video. But what was funny about this whole thing, she was the main one saying, oh, send it to your friend so they can mock me. But when I did send it to them, it wasn't so you could get mocked. It was because I was taking the situation seriously. Because when you get a video from someone you care about and you care for, punching themselves in the head like they lost their minds, you're going to react the same way like I did too. Because I didn't send it to them so she could get mocked, but she happened to get mocked anyway. Which I felt bad about, but it was whatever. So once I was trying to explain myself, she wanted to handle the situation like a child. She wanted to block my messages. I was pissed off because I was like, are you kidding me? We're supposed to be grown and handle things like adults. And you're getting upset, you're getting pressed about me sending the video to my friends when it wasn't even meant to be in a shady or malicious way, but she still wanted to assume what she wanted to assume. So I went off on her. I cussed her out. To be honest, I did. I went off on her and I cussed her out, right? And then she was all like, oh, you hurt me so much. I can't talk to you anymore because of that. You sent the video to your friends and they mocked me. They hate me. And she was saying that as if I was purposely trying to get her to get mocked. And she kept assuming things. The more and more I cussed her out. Because first of all, anybody that knows me knows when it's a situation where something serious is self-harm, or you're harming yourself, or you're in pain and stuff like that, I take that seriously. That is not a joke. That's not something you should be playing around with. And I didn't play around with that type of stuff. And I didn't feel like when Zay mocked her, it was funny. I didn't feel that way. I felt like he was wrong for that, and he shouldn't even tag me in that mess. Because I told him, when he tagged me in that status, I told him, untag me. I don't want to be a part of this, because it's not funny. That is until my brother made a video mocking her, in which it was funny because he added bird sounds and stuff like that. All these different type of edits. So it was after that situation, and I told her how pathetic she was being about the situation, because if we're supposed to be grown, we're supposed to be able to have communication to the point where I'm explaining myself and what really happened, but you're sitting there assuming. And so after that, I was over it. I stopped texting her. I go on Facebook. She says this shady little status about me, so talking about, oh, well, you'll know what it feels like to be mocked for self-harm. She writes that status about me. I comment on it, clocking her basically, and explaining to her, like, you're assuming all this other stuff when I didn't even purposely get my friends to mock you. Pure point blank. I wasn't even trying to do all that. The video got around, obviously, but I wasn't trying to have nobody mock you, because I didn't feel like it was funny. Because it was a serious situation, like I keep saying. It was serious as hell. And I had good intentions. That's a fact. You can ask anybody that I sent the video to, how upset I was and how pissed off I was that she even sent me something stupid like that in the first place. But I felt like it was something serious, right? So, what part am I? So yeah, she wrote the status and I commented on it. And she's gonna be a little child and say, "Leave me alone." And I said, "No, I'm gonna keep commenting, because I felt like you're making, first of all, you're throwing shade at me, which you throwing shade, but you couldn't even tag me in the status though. You threw shade, but you couldn't even tag me in the status though. And I defended myself, because you like to sit up here when people clock you and they say the truth about you. You like to turn it around and make it seem like they're so horrible and that they're lying on you and you're the victim and all this other stuff, like you like to do, like you always do. You pull these stunts all the time, and I was over it. I was over it during that time, because then she's gonna delete my comments, which I thought was pathetic. First of all, what was the point of you making a status if you're going to get pressed and bothered and be immature and ignorant in the first place? Because you're the one that made a status about me, sweetheart. Let's not forget that. And once she made a status about me, I commented, she deleted my comments, I made a status. Okay, and then she got pressed about that, and then she made another long status talking about, oh, well, I'm not going to beg you to stay, and do all this, that, and the third. I'm used to not having friends and all this other stuff. And so I clocked her, and I was just like, you cannot sit here and try to act like you're such a victim when you handled the situation with him not even wanting to be with you at that point, like a child. And then when I do send your video out to get advice from other people about it, not for you to get mocked, you want to assume that I was purposely trying to get you mocked because Zane mocked you. Zane is that type of person that makes fun of stuff like this because of what he's been through and what he's dealt with in his life. Because he feels like people who are attention seekers like you only do it for attention. Meanwhile, there's other people out there that are actually suffering and going through deep, deep trials, and you're sitting up here making a situation that you brought on yourself into something as if you're the victim, when you are the one that cheated on him. You're the one that decided to cheat on George and lie to George and hide a whole bunch of stuff from George. But then when he felt during that moment he couldn't be with you, you wanted to get mad and pressed and feel some type of way. What type of foolishness is that? That makes no sense to me, how you can victimize yourself so much to the point where it's okay for you to cheat on George and do all this stuff to George. And literally tell that man, you literally told that man to cut himself. Just so he could feel what you felt. That's ridiculous and that's pathetic. And I was over her during that time. Because she wrote that, like I said, she wrote that long status about me. I wrote my comments. After she wrote that long status about me, I posted my long status and I really went off on her and I really got her together and I called her out for who she is, and she got pressed once she seen my comment on hers and she blocked me, and I didn't give a damn about that because it was, you know what I'm saying, it was whatever. So I found a way to block her. I blocked her on everything and I was over it. I was done with it. So after that, mind you, this happened weeks ago, but after that she just kept continuously texting me over and over and over, random details that I didn't care about and stuff like that. Basically, she tried to cause a problem with me and Erwin like a few days ago when me and Erwin began talking again as friends. Because she gonna say, oh, and don't bother texting Erwin, he doesn't like you, have a nice day. Like, girl, first of all, you sound stupid, impressed, and ridiculous. Do not involve someone else that ain't have nothing to do with me and your problem in the situation. That's what I can't stand. Don't involve other people that ain't got nothing to do with that whole entire thing. I wasn't even, like I said to y'all, I wasn't even going to talk about this whole entire thing, but I just feel like I have to get it off my chest, because if I don't get it off my chest, it's just going to build up, and I am really going to end up, probably most likely, doing something I've said to myself I would never do, that no hoe could make me ever do, and that's come out of character and pull up on somebody. I won't do it. So I'm talking about it because I'm really irritated and pissed off where the situation has even headed to. But anyway, even after that situation that happened, which caused us not to be friends anymore, I was over her foolishness. She kept texting me stupid details. First, she tried to get George involved in our issues. Gonna say, oh, and don't you bother telling George to take care of me because he hates what you've done. Yet when I went to George and confronted him about it, he was basically like, I told you I'm going to stay out of this situation with you and Kate because it's none of my business. And I respected that. I love a person that can stay out of a situation but will also listen to how you feel also at the same time. Because that's how he was during that situation. So I was over it. Because she was still trying to start stuff. I was over it. So after that, I cussed her out like I said I was going to do. And then over the course of a few days, she kept texting me details that I didn't care about. So if I'm really the one that's harassing her, why is it that she's texting me? Meanwhile, I was sitting up here minding my business, chilling. I ain't bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting up here minding my business, chilling. She keeps harassing me and harassing us and texting our phones. So I get so sick of it to the point where I just give her phone number out to one of my friends. But I didn't think that that same friend was gonna like expose her number out there like that. Like, I knew what she was gonna potentially do, but I didn't know it was gonna actually be in a situation where Kate was getting messed around with. I can't even say with a straight face that I feel sorry for her tired ass, because I don't feel sorry for her. I believe that every action, there's a reaction, and I believe that when you do something wrong to people, it'll come back and bite you in your ass. And there's no point of you being pressed about it. And so with that being said, that situation happened. And then Maria ended up just exposing her number to everybody. Even in groups and stuff like that. And I found that funny as hell. Because it's like I said, you're gonna keep stretching the situation out. We gonna go there. Like, we're gonna be petty. Let's be petty together. You have such a problem with me and we're enemies and all that stuff, like you were saying to people, but you're yet trying to cause problems between me and other people who don't even have issues. Your issue is with me, sweetheart. My issue is with you, which is why I'm not sitting up here involving everybody else in our issues. You are really pathetic. And I'm not even going to spend another minute on you. I was going to, like, just be whatever with this situation, because it's whatever. Because whatever. So,